Hey everyone, my name is Brian again, and this is my response to this week's article on the impact of unexpected crises. Obviously we had just, or I don't know if everybody else is, but I had just got done with the class for crisis response. So obviously we're dealing with trauma here, and schools with having crisis response plans and teams, of course. But this is in regards to basically counselor support and communication and student responses to stuff like this. So as counselors, we're there to reestablish, a sense of safety. But as we all know, counselors and staff are also affected by these things, as the article mentions. So what are the academic impacts of unexpected events experienced by students? Off the article here, what I wrote down, obviously students won't, for their academics, obviously they won't probably perform as well as they were doing before. Their focus is not going to be directly on probably what they were leaning into before, just with all their coursework, their school assignments, and especially depending on what the crisis is on campus or off campus directly, whether that be a large crisis or just an individual with the student and their family. It's kind of a pause moment on life. The article explored here the ability for schools to not focus solely on academic progress, but the emotional healing of students. Taking part, she quotes here, taking part in projects and discussion circles with their teachers and peers. So students who lost homes need everything replaced as well, and so academics might fall behind due to the lack of material and supplies. Being able to step back in and transition back into the academics. And it mentions again just the unexpectedness of these things are a day at a time approach, both socially but also emotionally, socially, and academically. So social impacts, the article talks about how the loss of resilience comes up for students and their motivation to be a part of groups, people, and each other's lives, maybe even a sense of loneliness. The emotional impacts, of course, would be loss, anxiety, depression, and there's a major need for emotional support, that the students long for a sense of normalcy back, but depending on the situation, to return to school. There's maybe even a sense of numbness to the situation where it might not even feel real at first, going through like a grief process and all. So identifying the most vulnerable populations in the school setting, I just chose for the other project that we worked on. My school was Tenaya. I saw that my lowest, most vulnerable populations were the low socioeconomical, if I'm not saying that correctly, I don't know, low socioeconomic and the disabled. They had some of the highest percentages for my school. In what ways are these marginalized communities in my school setting most in need of support? So low socioeconomical. In a case of a crisis such as this would be housing, supplies, the ability to have support as well. Some might not even have insurance. So the support of the school would be maybe funding, raising money. Those are just some practical things that are coming to my head right now. But and the some disabled students might not even know how to know what has happened in the situation. So providing support to the parents from counselors and staff for the help of these students. But yeah, I just thought it was really interesting with what she talked about in the article. I actually didn't even know about this fire. So anyways, I want to keep my video short and under 5. So thank you guys, appreciate it.